I'm Brian, and this is Game Story Basics. Exposition is when you write dialogue for the sole purpose of conveying information to the player, and it's honestly the worst. It's terrible, but you're gonna have to do it sometimes. Games do have some very gamey kind of exposition lines, like,
in order to prevent the core from melting down, you've got to find the 4 manifolds and vent them in a specific order.
and that's okay. Players do understand that they are getting gameplay information, but sometimes you'll include exposition because it's something that you think the player needs to know, and it's not gameplay related. And that's where you get really bad, immersion-breaking, awkward dialogue. And it's also where you lose a little bit of the trust of the player. It's tough, because games have to be economical, we don't have a lot of time to convey information, and we have to move very fast, all the time. So what are the kinds of things that you can do to solve exposition? You can ask yourself, do I really need this? Oftentimes, we think we need to convey something to the player, or maybe one of our teammates who's trying to be helpful and has been asked to critique will come to us and say, you know, through that whole scene, they were talking, but I didn't actually know what their relationship was, so that was unclear. And we think, oh, well, I don't want to be unclear, but clarity is not the highest aspiration of story. I will say that again. Clarity is not the highest aspiration of story. We can actually start thinking that it is, sort of by default, but nobody ever played a game and said, you know, the characters were wooden and unbelievable, and the plot kind of made sense, I guess, but it was super clear, so 10 out of 10, would play again. Nobody ever said that, right? A little bit of confusion and ambiguity and intrigue is actually good in a story. It keeps the player engaged. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Let's say you have a scene where 2 brothers are at a shop and they're talking about something from their past, but players don't know who either of them is. You or your teammate might say, look, you just need to establish up front, like, hey, okay, these are 2 brothers. Then I can pay attention to the rest of the scene. But you probably don't need to do that. Players will watch them talk and ask themselves, who are they? Is it manager and employee? 2 friends? What's the story here? This will make them pay attention, looking for clues. Always ask yourself, do I need this exposition? Often the answer is no, you really don't. So what about when you can't cut? When you're sure that you really do have to explain something? How do you keep exposition from being cringy? Well, there is a tactic that we found that works really well, but we are out of time, so we will drop another video soon with this one weird trick for dealing with exposition. Keep an eye out for it. That's all for now. I'll see you on the next one.